Whew. Okay, made it. Okay, class, okay, settle down. Sorry, I'm only 45 minutes late. I just lose track of time. In today's class session, we're going to be talking about why poor people suck with a YouTuber I found who has a firm belief of why they suck. Now, please, everybody, get out your MacBooks. I see you guys already do. And let's begin our learning lesson.
Hate to break it to you, Catholics, but not only do the meek not inherit the earth, they don't inherit pretty much anything. Because Catholics don't have anything to give away. Because they're poor, and they're stupid, and you never want to eat too much. You never want to have too much money. You never want to have too nice of a car.
So, obviously, as you guys can see, this guy's a little upset. This guy's name is J.P. Ward, and for some reason, he's just really upset about Catholics and just poor people in general. And I guess he had a rant about it. Let's see what else he has to say about any of these situations.
Because you might piss off Jesus. Well, I don't give a fuck about pissing off Jesus. You think poor people are somehow morally elevated? You think being poor somehow gives you this wisdom? And that you're somehow better than the rest of the world because you're fucking poor?
I mean, to be honest, poor people know that they don't get even a second glance at. We're so used to them, and there's nothing to do about them, which sucks. But I think the real people who are entitled are the older people in this generation. For example, I went to the store yesterday, and I went down aisle, and I was pushing a cart, and on the right side of me, there was another lady who was looking at some rice or something, so we were kind of blocking the aisle a little bit. There's still some space, and this older white guy comes right up in front of me, like in front of my cart, and he stands there with his tiny cart, and he looks at me as if like, hey, you need to move because I'm fucking old, and I'm entitled to it. So I kind of backed up a little bit, and he like immediately like pushed up. Like I literally gave this guy an inch. He wanted that mile. And so I just kept backing up, and he just kept going right on through, and then I backed up all the way, and he went right on by. Didn't even say thank you or anything, just was like, yeah, I deserve that. So I think, especially as old people, they just know that they feel entitled to it and everything like that, but poor people, they don't even get a second glance.
And you're smarter, and you know what you're talking about. Hey, I'm poor. For the last 23 years, I've been a low-level human services worker moonlighting as a starving artist, a starving actor, just to put it lightly. Do you think I have millions of dollars? Ladies and gentlemen, the last 23 years since turning 17 years old, I've lived off of $13,000 a year. On average, sometimes lower.
This man is saying he's living off $13,000 a year. He just kind of seems upset. I don't still understand why he brought Catholics into it. I did like very little information. It seems like the Catholics pretty much want to help poor people, but I mean, a lot of churches don't really donate a lot of their money anyways to help with that type of situation. But this guy's living off $13,000 a year. Bro, you should just get a new job. If you're moonlighting and you're still doing $13,000 a year, fucking get a better skill because you're gonna need it. Get a degree. Don't be an actor because you're definitely not gonna make it after this one, my guy.
I don't think I'm superior. I sure as fuck don't have a Lexus sitting out in the driveway while I live in an efficiency, dirty, stank apartment. Jesus Christ. Hate to break it to you, Catholics. Hate to break it to you, but the meek don't inherit the earth. Never have and never will. They don't really inherit much of anything either.
Now, class, I know, calm down. But let's look at his other video. Let's see what he has to say. Please don't send him hate, class. I know. His next video says, living your truth is crap. Class. Don't make me run this hallway again, because it was a bitch. Let's see what he has to say. Okay? Thank you.
Most parents who tell their kids to live their truth should suck my ass, and I'll tell you why.
I love like you can see he's staring off the distance and he's like, how should I start this? How should I start this video? Should I just go balls deep? I'm just gonna go balls deep. Like his whole thought process was right there in that moment, that instant. It's just it's fucking perfect.
They don't want their kids to live their truth. They want their kids to live the truth that they approve of. Most likely to be a fairy little liberal. Like Oprah says. You think Oprah means that? Live your truth. Be honest with yourself. Live your truth. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, I'm a gay guy. I get it. But not everybody's a gay guy. And that living truth thing just doesn't apply to gay people. Or fairy liberals.
I don't see the connection for living truth doesn't apply to gay people. I think it's just if you be truthful to yourself, but when, it's like your time to come out, that's being truthful. I mean, you also just kind of want to live your life and be happy with it. And if you're gay and you're still, hiding it from people, it's okay. It's when it's your time to come out for it and all that, it's okay. There's a lot of gay people out there. I mean, there's a lot of bisexual people out there, and there's somebody out there for everyone. There's something out there for everyone as well. So I have no clue what this guy's really ranting about.
It applies to Trump supporters who don't like black people. That's their truth. It's not my truth, but it's their truth. And you don't approve of that. So therefore, you don't think they're living their truth because they should be some fairy liberal. It's pathetic.
Fuck.
You gotta be careful with that stuff, man. Oprah, she's not that smart. She's smart in the way that she caters to the white chicks. She found herself some good white people, like she says, like her grandmother told her. You need to find yourself some good white folk. Well, she found herself some good white folk, didn't she? Made her a billionaire.
I don't think that's what her grandmother meant, but I did read the book of Oprah growing up, and I mean, she had a pretty rough childhood, man. I mean, she grew up in Missouri, and poverty, just racism all around her, so I think she just needed to find her calling, and she did, and it seems just like you're upset about it at this point, but let's keep going, see if you have any wisdom for us.
Living your truth is very overrated. Your truth most likely sucks. And you shouldn't be living it at all. Especially if you're a fairy liberal. See you on the other side.
Alright, that was his wisdom. Give up on everything and don't ever trust anybody and hide in your house like a Kermit. Guys, the bell is going off, but it does not dismiss you. I do. What was that?
Class I did like 6 minutes ago.
You dismissed. Get out. I'll see you guys next time.